everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Michael Dutta, Head of the Department of Geography of St. Paul's School, Darjeeling. Mr. Michael Dutta is also the moderator and the syllabus setter for ICSE exam for the council. Welcome Mr. Datta to our channel THINKONOMICS-Study with Navarun. My dear boys and girls, Mr. Michael Datta today will help our students as much as possible to prepare in geography and thus get full marks having the scientific approach towards geography. So, geography is a subject where the students should have a scientific approach other than that of mugging it blindly, which you can do for the maybe some other subjects. How far it is correct and how do you take it, sir?
Scientific approach, of course, but geography is more about cause and effect. Because of some factors which together work on a phenomena and produce an effect. And when you look at geography, there are two aspects. One is the physical aspect, another is the human aspect. So basically, geography is the amalgamation of these two. For example, say a lump of coal. Coal is a mineral. A lump of coal. This coal was first identified by a caveman who found that this is a rock with which if I rub against the wall, it leaves a black mark. Okay. So he drew the bison. It's a very famous, the charging bison. In the history book you get.
Yes.
Now the same coal was looked by an Englishman somewhere in England, and he saw power in this, and he invented the steam engine. Wow. Now my basic question is, what is the basic difference in the view of the caveman and the view of the Englishman who saw the same lump of coal? This man saw it as a device to draw something. The other Englishman saw it as the source of power, and he invented the steam engine. True. This is where comes in technology. And technology is nothing but the product of man's interaction with nature. The experience man gains after he interacts with nature. Therefore, if you study geography, just as a geography is not enough. You have to have a very analytical mind to know the reasons behind every effect. Okay.
That's very interesting. So, sir, in one sentence, I can say that how you are relating yourself with your surroundings can be explained to some extent in case of geography.
Yes.
Because the same man, as you are saying, that one man he has related in drawing the bison. Yes. The other man he has taken that coal
as a source of
energy. Whereas the two men is related that coal in a different way.
Yes. So this difference comes from the level of culture, the level of technology.
Yes.
Okay. Therefore, for any phenomena that happens, it doesn't end there. There are 101 reasons behind that. Okay, there are 101 reasons behind that. Therefore, no topic in geography should be studied independently.
All right. Okay.
All the topics are related. During the course of our discussion, I will just highlight all those little facts which the students must keep in mind when they go through the subject called geography.
That's very interesting, sir. Now, sir, coming to the syllabus of ICSE, how much changes are there in this subject for 2023 as compared to that of 2022?
Actually, you see, it's very strange that since pandemic, the council has been reducing the syllabus. Okay, this year also there are lots of deletions and very few additions.
Okay, sir.
Okay, in the topic. Like say for in your topo map, they have deleted the 6-figure grid reference, the identification of valley, ridge, water divide and escarpment, but they have added drainage, pattern, and in settlement they have added compact settlement. Okay, these are some of the changes which they have done. Even in the theory part also there are lots of deletions.
Yeah. Just a minute. Boys and girls, see, this is one of the very important things which sir has said. You must take your pen and pencil and write it down where the things has been omitted and where the things has been added. This is very, very important because as sir has said to us again and again, because if you know what is there in the syllabus, it will be easy for you to learn and relate.
Like
Yes,
in map pointing, they have deleted in mountains Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills. In rivers, Rabi, Bias, Chenab, Ghagra, Gomti, Gandak and Son have been deleted. In water bodies, Gulf of Mannar and Park Strait have been deleted for the year 2023. And in direction of winds, the western disturbances have been deleted. In minerals, Big Boy has been deleted. And soil, laterite soil has been deleted. And in cities, they have deleted Chandigarh, Srinagar, and Vishakhapatnam. And they have added a new phrase for Allahabad, that is Prayagraj. So questions for Allahabad may come in the name of Prayagraj.
very important. Very important. See the small things. You know Allahabad, but if you have not familiar with the term Prayagraj, you may not have answered the question. So, my dear boys and girls, please keep it in mind. One of the important changes, the name Allahabad has been renamed as Prayagraj.
It may be used either way, but Prayagraj means Allahabad. Then in the theory part, you have in the energy section, non-conventional energy sources, tidal energy and geothermal energy has been deleted. And one thing they have added is the importance and areas of distribution. Then shifting cultivation in agriculture has been deleted. In crops, millet has been deleted and soybean along with coffee. In manufacturing industry, iron and steel industry, Bhilai and Vishakhapatnam has been deleted. So now you are left with only Tisco and Raurkela. And in waste management, the impact of waste accumulation, that entire thing has been deleted. And I am saying all this because we as a teacher, here also as an economics teacher, we closely follow the Bible which the council gives us. And this is the book, if you can focus this is the syllabus book for the year 2023. Okay, it has almost all the subjects for ICSE and you are expected to closely follow this book. This book actually frames the framework for the content in each subject. The subject is very vast, but this book will set the framework within which you will have to study for class 10 syllabus. And what I have found from my experience that students normally don't follow this book. They blindly follow the syllabus given in the textbook.
True.
That is wrong. Please follow this book. This is by the council and it is for the benefit of the students. Okay.
My dear boys and girls, please follow the advice of Mr. Michael Dutta. He is having the experience of teaching geography for more than 28 years. You can remember it is near about double of your age. So please, please, please try to follow as sir is saying it to you. And if you follow that, I am saying it to you. We have, the sir has taught last year only, the boys who got the full marks in geography in the very first semester. So my dear boys and girls, you must follow what sir is saying. Now, sir, coming to the topo map, as I was going through the specimen paper, I think the topo map, it used to be of 20 marks, and now it has been reduced to 10 marks.
10 marks.
Sir, will it be advantageous? Will it be advantageous for the boys? The marks in the topo has been reduced.
Actually, you see, topo map, I would put it like this: among all the subjects which the council has, it was only geography which had practical.
Okay, sir.
And I look at topo map as their practicals. Okay. In geography only, they do the practicals within that 2 hours in the exam hall. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And topo map is not very difficult. If the student gives a little time and effort, he can easily score 20 out of 20. But unfortunately, the council has reduced it to 10 marks.
Yes, sir.
The council has reduced it to 10 marks, but keeping almost all the components same. So now, if marks matters to the students, then for 10 marks, the student may not give that much of effort which they used to give it earlier. Number one. Number two, in topo map earlier, the questions were very open-ended.
Okay.
But now, the locations are precisely given.
All right.
The 4-figure grid reference location is given, so the student need not waste much time on finding and locating the places in the topo map.
True.
But this was the only practical, so I felt that the student actually enjoyed doing topo maps. The only thing in topo map is the features are shown with the help of signs and symbols. So the moment the boys, they learn the signs and symbols, yes, then the topo map becomes to them like a photograph. They see everything there. Okay.
True. Yeah. Sir, as you were saying that it is very easy basically to get full marks into what should be the approach of the student? Suppose now just we have 3.5 months. If a boy or a girl want to start now, how he will approach the topo map so that it becomes easy for him or her to get it more simplified?
See, there are two aspects of a topo map. One is the direct interpretation, okay, which you see through your eyes and you can interpret. Second is the facts that comes to you after you do some calculations. Okay. Calculations, finding the area, finding the distance, finding the direction.
Yes.
So these are little bit of technicalities that are involved in topo map interpretation. Okay. So for a boy who is beginning to learn topo map, the first thing is his little bit of theoretical base has to be little strong. Okay, because what you study in theory, you are actually applying it on the earth surface. Now here your earth surface is reduced to a topo map.
Okay, yes.
That is represented in front of you with the help of signs and symbols. So the second important thing is, other than your technical knowledge in the subject, you must know the conventional signs and symbols.
Yeah.
What the blue circle means, what a blue hollow circle means, what red parallel line means. If you know these, then the topo map is very easy. But most of the boys, they find it very difficult because they are least bothered about identifying the conventional symbols.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
True.
Because for everything you see in the topo map, as I told you, there is a cause and effect relationship.
Yes.
If in some places there is agriculture, the factors are there within the topo map. If in certain areas there are no human settlements, the factors are there in the topo map. It is just the boy has to relate his theoretical knowledge to this topo map situation.
Yes. True. So as you were saying about just now, as you were saying about that some technicalities, suppose for example, finding the distance between the 2 points, finding the area of a given place. So sir, in that case, boys now they do not have the 6 grade map. It is only the 4 grade.
4 grade.
So will they use the thread or will they use the scale to find it out?
No, suppose sometimes they ask the shortest distance between 2 points.
Yes, sir.
See, earlier the council used to give distance between 2 settlements. Okay, and the settlement may be like this. Settlement may be like this. Settlement A and settlement B. The confusion was the distance is to be measured from which point. Okay, the distance is to be measured from this end to this end or from the center to the center.
Okay.
But now the council has started asking them point distance. Means between one temple and a well here.
Okay.
So it is much easier. Now if the council says crow fly distance and if the council says shortest distance, which means the straight distance.
Okay.
The
shortest distance is the straight
distance.
All right.
Okay. But suppose there is a river here like this. Okay, like this. Now, the question says find the length of the river.
Wow.
Now, to find this length, it is not possible with the help of a scale.
Yes.
It is only possible with the help of a thread. Okay, so what you do, you take the thread, tie a knot in one end, put the knot here, and you put the thread over this, all over this, and then hold it here.
True.
And then make it straight. You make it straight, then on the paper with your nail, just dig 2 marks. So these 2 marks you get, measure this distance. There is another method. That is, you take a divider. Okay, you take a divider. Take half centimeter distance. Because you know, according to the map scale, 2 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer.
Yes, sir.
It means 1 centimeter is equal to 500 meters and half centimeter is equal to 250 meters.
Yes, sir.
So you take the divider into half centimeter and you move it along this, like this. Half centimeter.
Okay.
Just keep moving and keep counting. Okay, like this. Suppose you got 20 times you move the divider, which means divided by 4, it came to how much? 5 centimeters. Okay. Now you convert it according to your scale. This is another method of doing. But the council prefers you to be very sure with the measurement with the string of a curved line. And if this is a river and you are asked to find the distance, always follow the middle of the river. Like this. Your thread must move along the middle of the river. Whether there is a perennial channel inside the river or not, but you have to follow through the middle of the river.
So this line, as you are saying, this line will be there already.
No, if it is not there, suppose it is like this, all sand.
Yeah.
Even then, your thread has to move right through the middle of the river.
That means the boys, will they draw it with the help of the pencil?
No. Just the thread, they move it in the middle of the river.
Okay. Like this. All right.
Because if you put at the bank, then sometimes what happens is, you see, if this is the center of the river, the bank goes like this.
Yeah.
The bank may go like this.
Yes.
So if you take it along the bank, then you get a wrong measurement.
True. That's
true. So you have to take through the middle. Okay. Ignoring which side the bank is moving.
Okay. All right. That's very good. That's very important point, my dear students. First of all, what Sir said is that if you have to find out the shortest distance between the 2 points, then you can use the scale. But in case of finding the actual distance between the 2 points as that has
Two
given,
curved lines.
yes,
Say the curved distance.
for the curve distance, in that case, definitely you have to use the thread. You can use the divider also as I said, but council generally prefers the thread. All right. So please follow this one. One of the important tips given by by sir. All right, Mr. Michael. Thank you so much, sir. I want to just come now to the unit. The last question for the topo. How important are the units and the boys? Suppose, for example, finding the distance of the area. How many decimals means the number after the decimals will be taken?
They have to take up to the second decimal.
All right.
And round it off and take it up to the second. Suppose it is 2.58.
Okay, sir.
9.
Okay.
Okay. He can make it 2.59.
All right.
Okay. If it is like the decimal rules, if it is less than 5, then it remains the same. If it is more than 5, then you convert it. But you take 2 decimals.
Yes.
Okay, 2 digits after the decimals to be more accurate, because 1 mm, if 2 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer, it means 2 mm is equal to 100 meter.
100 meter.
So a difference of 1 mm means 50 meters of difference.
Yes, yes.
Which is quite a lot of difference. Okay, and it is practicals, so you have to be very precise. Okay, and much depends on how you look at the scale. Your eyes must be vertically above the scale. Okay. If you look at it slanting, then sometimes the parallax, because you are looking through the scale,
yes, yes, sir,
that may refract your line of vision and you get a wrong reading.
Yeah, yeah.
So your eyes must be vertically above when you take the reading.
All right. Okay. Another important tips, my dear boys and girls, as I said, that always when you are taking the reading, it should be vertically.
Your eyes must be vertically above the scale.
Above the scale, so that you get the proper reading.
Yes. And your map must be flat. It should not be curved, crooked, anyway. The map should not be like this when you are taking the reading. It must be flat.
Yes, yes, sir.
Because the curvature takes certain distance.
Yes, true,
Okay.
true.
So you have to be very careful about that.
So, just taking the points as you said regarding being the precise, all right, being the precise. Now, if I come to from the topo map, if I come to the Indian map, how precise the students should be in marking the different points in case of Indian map?
See, map pointing is basically a very tricky game. Okay. You can be exact if you take certain reference point and then mark.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Like for example, I have brought here one map. Okay, here see. I have brought one map here. Now you see, in this map, this is what the map given by the council. Normally the council gives you this map. See, like this. In this map, within the map, you have so many rivers. You have the boundary lines, and the boundary lines are not very regular. There are notch, there are tips, okay, there are grooves in the boundary. These grooves are your reference point. For example, suppose you want to locate Aravalis, okay? Then the clue is, see this of Gulf of Khambat and this end of Kashmir. Here, I have drawn these 2 dots. Okay, these 2 dots. If you draw a line here like the straight line, then your Aravali lies here. See?
Wow, that's very interesting, and that's a very easy way.
These are the tricks. Okay. Now for your Bangalore, you see this. This is Kaveri. At one point, the Kaveri becomes vertical. Okay, just above this. Here. So these are the clues which the student has to create themselves. These are the clues which I have created when I teach my students.
That's way.
Okay. Now these are the reference point. But when you say locate Karakoram, then I know this is Indus. Okay. This is Indus, and Karakoram is just parallel to Indus, but it will not touch Indus here like this. See? Like this.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So see, what I am doing is I am locating these places with the help of a reference line, and these are either the boundary or the rivers. Okay, when you mark Tropic of Cancer, see Tropic of Cancer, you go to the upper jaw of Gujarat here. Okay, this point. And you go to this notch of Tripura and Mizoram here. The Tropic of Cancer passes through these 2 points. See here, here, like this. Okay, like this. So when the examiner is correcting your answer script, he just looks at these 2 points, whether you have touched these 2 points or not. Another examiner may have another reference point.
True, true.
Okay. So you may create your own reference point. Like here, this river is touching the Damodar line here, Damodar river. Or here it is touching the tip of Son. Okay, that can be your clue. So you can create your own clue to do your map pointing. Okay, yes sir.
Yeah, that's very interesting, sir. That's you have opened up the new idea how to mark the point very precisely. That's very important. So now coming sometime the students they ask, do you have to color the river in suppose with the help of the blue color, mountain with the brown color, and one more question. During our school days, we used to put the index number, index also. All right, whatever we are drawing, and then making in the left hand side, making a box, a table, and then drawing the index. How important are these things?
Now, index you may avoid. Okay. If you have time, you can draw, but you can do without index also. But coming to colors, see, the basic idea of a student is to draw the examiner's attention in his answers. Okay. So normally, I will come to this when we will be discussing on how to answer a question. But in map pointing, there are certain conventional colors. Whenever you do map pointing, what you do is you suppose one range is asked, Aravali range, say here. Here, Aravali range is asked. Take a pencil and a very narrow outline like this. Okay. Then use brown color inside like this. Brown is for relief, means anything to do with physical feature. Okay. Now, don't make the area like this. It has to be very narrow. It should not occupy too much of space. If they say mark river, the question normally asked is mark and name river Narmada, suppose. So you take a blue color, mark it on top of the river, because the question is asking you to mark it with blue and write on top Narmada. Okay. Now this is gone blue. If they ask tropical evergreen vegetation in the western coast, outline, delineate the area like this, and then shade it with green. Green is the color for vegetation. What some boys do, suppose I say mark an area of desert vegetation in the peninsular plateau, scrub vegetation. What boys do? And they write like this. Answer is wrong. You will have to delineate the area first like this, then color it. So delineation of area is very, very important. That gives the examiner the direct concept that no, you know what you are doing rather than doing it like this. Okay. Okay. Now, when it comes to cities, you can use a bold black color. Okay. Now, suppose the city is Mumbai. I don't just put it like this because I have a clue here, the creek here.
Okay.
So Mumbai is here. This creek is my clue. For Delhi, this is the Yamuna. The bulge of the Yamuna is the clue here.
All right.
For Allahabad, where Ganga and Yamuna meet, that is your Allahabad, or what the council now says Prayagraj. Okay, so these are the clues that we take to locate a place. If it is a plateau, you can use a delineate it like say Malwa Plateau. This is your Aravallis, this is your Vindhyas. Malwa Plateau is in between this. I delineate it with a pencil, then I can shade it with any color I want. You may use yellow here like this. Okay, so this delineation becomes very important, not only to give the examiner the idea that you know what you are doing, but also it makes your work look very clean. Okay, rather than marking it just like this.
Okay. Uh, Sir, do you prefer the boys and the girls to put a authentic survey of India map to be put in the table, put in the wall of the study room, as we generally keep for the periodic table for chemistry, formulae for maths like this?
Uh, yes, if they want, they can make a composite map. Composite map means in one map they can do relief, means ranges, rivers, and water bodies. So three component of the syllabus is done in one map. Another map they can do, but this table which you are saying, they actually will benefit if they make it for certain data-based subjects, like study of crops.
Okay.
In crops, there is a geographical requirement where they have to know the climatic requirement for the cultivation of different crops, winter temperature, summer temperature, amount of rainfall. So these becomes very confusing.
All right.
Okay, with so many 18, 19 crop, it becomes very difficult. Again, when they go to industries, now that the council has reduced the industries, which industries gets which raw material from which mines?
Yes, sir.
Again, it's very confusing. So I would advise the boys or the students to make a clean table large enough, okay, and put it beside their door, or if the students find it convenient, then paste it on your toilet door.
Okay.
At least that is the only place we are absolutely sure of what you are doing. Daily you look at it for 5 minutes, and nowadays with the cell phone age, boys and the students, they spend 20 to 30 minutes in the washroom. So at least this will benefit. Okay. You look at it for 15 days, you see without studying, all the data goes into your head. That you have to do. Otherwise, if you mug up, it is not possible. Students are bound to get confused.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know next to your bed you will have so many chemistry, biology, physics diagram, maths formula. Take geography to the toilet. Make it in a big chart paper. Not only you, your whole family will learn geography. Good.
That's very interesting, sir.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
I always advise my students to do that. And they do.
Wow. And they have benefited also,
Yes,
as I am saying to you, sir, that my own son, your students, he scored full, even Nirvan scored full. So boys are getting full under, sir. So that's the reason why I am giving all these, importance on this map, because sir teaches the map in the exact way. Not only what the council want, but it will be there in your mind throughout the life, my dear boys and girls. Please follow, sir. Please follow, sir. Now, sir, coming to the next topic, which has been introduced by the council last year, that is the MCQ portion.
MCQ.
All right, now the MCQ, it will be just of 10 marks.
10 marks.
In 2022, it was 40 marks. So, sir, in these 10 marks, do the students have to study each and every chapters?
Yeah, because you don't know, the council may put one MCQ from each chapter. You don't know.
Okay.
They may put one MCQ from each chapter, and a boy who is aspiring for full marks,
Yes, sir.
he cannot afford to lose that one mark, which is very important. And normally you will see the tendency among our boys is out of the 9 questions they have to answer 5 questions.
5 questions. True.
So they normally come to me or other geography teacher in my school and they ask, sir, if I do only 5 chapters, will it do?
Yeah.
And my honest reply is, you see, as a teacher, I will not ask you to do that.
True, sir. Yes.
You go through all the chapters, but emphasize on 5.
Wow, that's an important phrase.
Go through all the chapters, but emphasize on 5 chapters. Because you see, boys, if you neglect these chapters now, in future, when you go and sit for any competitive exams, that is the time you will be hit very hard. That is the time you will have to study this class 10 geography book again.
True.
Okay, because most of the objectives come from 10th standard.
10th standard. For UPSC.
Yes. So you have to be very, very particular and to know a comprehensive knowledge of the subject like geography, where I told you no chapter is independent. Each chapter has a link with other chapter. If you don't understand this chapter, you will not understand this chapter. If you don't understand climate, you will never understand vegetation.
Wow, true. That's true. Yes.
If I don't understand climate, but I have understood vegetation, I can indirectly
relate it.
Okay. For example, why Western Ghat and Northeast eastern part of India has evergreen vegetation. Now, if I know the characteristics, the requirement of evergreen vegetation, it requires rainfall of more than 200 centimeters. Oh, it means that area is receiving more than 200 centimeters, and it requires a temperature more than 27 degrees. So, in this way, you can revert back. Okay. This is what I mean by the cause and effect relationship.
Yes.
If you know one,
then
you will be able to answer the other. Okay. Yes, sir.
Sir, coming to your points only, that the students, they have to go through each and every chapters, but they have to emphasize maybe on 5 or 6 chapters. All right, sir. Now, just for this, as you have said, not for those who are scoring for going for 100. All right, those who suppose who has to be in the 80s, 85s. Now, sir, can you please suggest these 5 to 6 chapters where they have to give more importance?
See, in your geography, the most analytical chapter is climate.
All right, sir.
Okay, which requires lots of physical science. Okay, because it concerns with sun movement, it concerns with wind movement, it concerns with atmospheric pressure. If I just tell them, okay, during summer, here is the low pressure, here is the high pressure. During winter, it gets reversed. It is very easy. But why it happens, that is most important aspect for a teacher to explain. If the boy gets this concept, then he will never forget it throughout his life.
Very
okay. True. But now, in most of the cases, we just tell them during summer, northwestern part of India has low pressure, Indian Ocean has high pressure. During winter, northwestern part has high pressure and the southern ocean has low pressure. But we fail to explain them and make them understand why this reversal is taking place. Okay. So it is a very conceptual thing. And based on this movement is everything. The climate of India is dependent on these two factors. So this is one very analytical part. Vegetation is also easy. So if a boy wish to do well, then he can pick up, say, topics like waste management. He can pick up topics like transport, where they only have to do advantages and disadvantages and the different types of roads. They can pick up topics like minerals.
Yes.
Okay, distribution is there and uses of minerals. They can pick up topics like soil and vegetation. But vegetation, they have to be a little careful because sometimes the council hits climate through vegetation.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, they say the give reason why the central part of peninsular India has thorn and scrub vegetation. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, the answer they want is referring to climate. Because it's a rain shadow area, so rainfall is low, temperature is high. So this the boy must know. Okay.
So basically, by council, by giving one question, you want to test the boys that if they have studied both the chapters or not.
Yes. Okay.
That's very interesting one.
No, because every time I have been saying council, always replace this council with the question.
Yeah. No, it's okay, sir.
Yeah.
Because the boys and the girls, maybe
Yes.
they always now preparing for the exams.
Yes.
The council thing will have the more impact on their mind.
Yes.
So, sir, basically, what you said, the 5 chapters which the students can study a little bit more as compared to the others are transport, number 1.
These are for the boys who
in the
wants
80s.
to do well.
Okay.
Do well, but their scientific aptitude is slightly low.
Yes.
So they can take this waste management,
Mhm.
then your transport.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then they may opt for irrigation also. Sorry, irrigation.
Okay.
Because in irrigation they have only advantage, disadvantage, need for irrigation, and rainwater harvest.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then
Climate.
not climate.
Okay.
Soil, minerals,
Okay. Okay. All right.
and energy resources also there.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So these are very fact-based subjects. Very fact-based subjects.
Okay. All right, sir. Okay. Sir, one more thing. Suppose in case of few subjects we saw that the answers little bit of lengthy, it is more marks. But in case of geography, do the evaluators go for the length or they try to find out the key words and key phrases?
Yes, this is very important. See, no matter what capacity of knowledge the student has, the examiner is least bothered.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The examiner is more concerned about whether the student has fulfilled the requirement of the question. Okay?
Yeah.
That is very important. The student must be capable of fulfilling the requirement of the question.
Mm-hmm.
If the question says rub your nose on answer script, you rub it.
Okay.
Because the examiner is going to look for where you rubbed your nose. That mark. Because that is in the question. So you should not deviate from what is being asked. Okay, your answers must be short, precise, and to the point. And if possible, support every answer wherever possible with a diagram.
Yeah.
And here I want to emphasize, suppose the question is, why northwestern part of India is a desert?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You wrote Aravalli is parallel, this and that. Okay. And then you illustrate, you don't have to draw the entire India map. If you just draw this part, see, this part, it is understood.
Mm-hmm.
You draw Aravallis here, right here Aravallis, and you draw the Arabian Sea branch like this. It is understood that Aravalli is parallel to the southwest monsoon wind.
Okay.
So it is not blocking the wind, because this you have already written in the answer. And another point you think, okay, I will add this also. What? That here you draw a circle and you write sun-baked sand. Okay? Sun-baked sand during the summer season, which means any moisture the wind is bringing. Suppose here the wind is bringing 100% moisture. The wind go out of this zone and only 30% moisture is left. Where did the 70% go? Because of the sun-baked sand, the heat of the sand, the moisture dried away.
Yeah.
So this area is a desert. Okay. So this simple diagram, you don't have to draw the entire India map going like this, drawing here Chilka Lake, here Kashmir, and then going, not needed. Just you draw this part. Okay. If it is for, say, something to do with drought area or cyclone heat region in eastern coast, just draw like this here. And the moment I draw this, everyone knows what is this. This is the Chilka Lake. So you just shade this part. And right here, Bay of Bengal. Everyone will know. The examiner will know. Okay, that you have not wasted your time drawing the unnecessary things. You have drawn only that part which is the requirement of your answer.
True.
Okay, this saves time. Okay.
So, sir, as you are saying, same in case of my subject economics also. if the examiner they asks or he doesn't ask, suppose in your question that why Rajasthan is a desert, it is always better as you are writing that Aravali stands in parallel to the wind. All right, they have to, if possible, to draw the diagram,
Illustrate it.
illustrate it.
If you illustrate it, see, only he can illustrate whose concept is clear.
It's clear. True.
That's, you may also have seen in economics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If your concept is clear, you can illustrate. And if you have illustrated, examiner will never read your answer.
True. Exactly.
Okay? There cannot be a right diagram and a wrong explanation.
True. True.
Okay?
Exactly, sir.
And you always remember, examiner wants to save time.
True. Exactly.
Okay? So if you underline your answers, the main point, highlight it, let the examiner see. Let your answer, call the examiner. Hello, sir, I am here.
That's very good.
Then it saves time, because the examiner has 400 scripts to correct in 3 days. You can imagine his plight during the correction time. So if your answers are very clear, if your answers are popping out because you have highlighted them. Oh yes, while highlighting, never use red color because that is for the first examiner, and never use green color because that is for the second examiner, who later on, if you complain, they evaluate the paper. Then they do it with green. So you avoid red and green, and you put any other color for underlining. Is that clear, students?
That's very important, sir. All right, that's very important things you have said. Boys and girls, please do not use the red and the green color. Try to avoid these two colors because these are for the examiners. You can use any other colors as I said. All right, sir, coming to the last question. Thank you very much. I think my boys and girls, they will get the full advantage. They will try to take the full advantage and will do well in the exam. So coming to the last question, sir, in the second part, in the theory part, all right, the students, they have to attempt 5 questions, and now the number of questions given will be 9, isn't it? So out of 9, do you think that if a students attempt one more extra question, will it be advantageous for them, or you ask the students to do those 5 questions only?
See, if the student has finished it in time, they are free to do any number of answers.
Yes.
Okay. But for that, they will have to have the time to do. Okay, and there are certain techniques by which you save time in exam.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
I will speak about the first 15 minutes reading time.
Yeah, that's very important.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now see, students, geography basically is an exam of managing your stationaries. On your table will be your question paper, your answer script, your scale, your pencil, your color pencil, your topo map, and the India map. So many stationaries you will have to manage within that limited space. Okay? Now, the moment you get the question paper, what you do in that first 15 minutes? My personal experience is, when a boy completes one answer, and when he has to answer the next question,
Okay.
I have seen the boys again reading the paper. Which one to answer now? He reads the paper, and then he finally decides, okay, now I'll answer this. See, while reading that paper, he have already wasted at least 4 to 5 minutes. Okay? Then again, once he finishes, then he goes again, now which one to do the third question? He again reads it. Again, he spends 3 to 4 minutes there. Okay? This is the time you are wasting from your writing time. This 15 minutes have to be very, very fruitfully utilized. And the technique is, please mark it down, boys and girls. This is the technique. The moment your teacher gives you the question paper, okay, first thing you do is go straight to the question. Go straight to the question and start reading blindly. Without understanding anything, just read. Okay? Just read it a quick glance. Your first reading is over. First reading is over. Now, again go to the first page. Now, when you read this, you will see that 25% of the question has gone in your head. Okay. Now go to the instructions given. Second reading you are doing. Read the instructions very carefully. Okay. Now take a pencil. Now read the question again slowly and very carefully. And see which are the answers you can, which are the questions which you can answer. Put a small tick on that, like this. Tick. Okay, this I can. Oh, this I can't. Again, this I can't. In this way, you proceed. This is a little tedious exercise for you to do, and it may take at least 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. Then, third, add up the marks of the ticks and see in which question you score the maximum. You are scoring the maximum. Because you see a question 1, 2 and 3, you cannot play with that. Because that is compulsory. But when you answer the fourth question is a new section for the examiner. And you must impress the examiner with your best answer. And your best answer will only come first when you do this little exercise which I am asking you to do. So once you have marked and counted the marks, how much, then you see, okay, question 6, I am scoring maximum. Start with question 6.
Okay, sir.
Section B, start with question 6. Then you see which is the next highest. Go like that. In this way, so if you do this exercise, you will see then your 15 minutes
has been used properly.
Yes, you will not know how the 15 minutes passed before the examiner says that please start writing.
Okay.
This is the little exercise you have to do. And Topo map, also if you can save some time, just glance through the Topo map. Because you see, you will have to do 1, 2, 3, 8 questions in
total
120 hours. 120 hours.
Minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes, sorry, 120 minutes. If you divide it by 8.
Yes. So it comes to near about 15 minutes.
So 15 minutes per question is your justice time for each set of questions. In map pointing, you may finish it in 5 minutes. So you save 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, this 10 minutes you can use it for Topo map if you find it difficult.
True.
So in this way, you will have to maintain the time budget, and in between, no washroom, no toilet, nothing. You will have to finish your paper in 110 minutes. 1 hour 50 minutes. And that 10 minutes you will have to leave for revision and underlining the main points in your answer. That is very important. When you revise your answers, you will see that there are so many hidden mistakes. Okay? And these hidden mistakes, if you eliminate it, the quality of your answer enhances. Okay?
True.
So this 15 minutes, you please utilize it properly. Now most of you will be having your mock exams in schools, in your tuition centers. As they give the question paper, please keep this in mind and please do this little exercise. You will see you will benefit a lot. You will benefit a lot. Okay? Because whatever you do within that 2 hours, you are doing within your writing time.
Exactly.
Okay? You are doing within your writing time. And your writing time is very precious. You should not waste that any minute of that writing time. Okay?
So, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for helping our boys. My dear boys and girls, we will take sir's advice even just before the ICSE exam, maybe just 15-20 days or maybe 1 month before. The last minute, how the boys and the girls, they will prepare for the exam. All right. Till then, start following. Please do follow our channel, THINKONOMICS-Study with economics. I myself and my team generally tries to go for the quality teachers. So it takes some time, maybe 1 month, 2 months. But definitely, I'm saying it to you. As promised, by another 1 month, I will try to get you 1 more quality teachers to help you in your ICSE examinations. Please do follow our channel. Thank you very much. Namaskar and Jai Hind from Navaran Mandal. Thank you so much.
Remember, students, your Bible. For all the subjects in ICSE, please follow this syllabus and scope of syllabus.